Welcome to the 105th anniversary of the Royal Philatelic Society in London. Unforgettable event. Welcome to the CG Collector's World, where we try to get some inside information in the next minutes. To make first a very short story, I was an exhibitor when I was 13. I had only €8 pocket money and needed to improve my exhibits to international level, so impossible with that. So I started dealing when I was 13 in school, after school, with 18 still in school. I opened my first mail order house 35 years ago, and I'd like to take you on a journey the last 35 years and also some ideas for the future. Where everything started, in Germany. I was born in Bietigheim, stayed all my time in Bietigheim. The first years, I was in the club in Markgröningen, and in the early years, we had a competition for the Guinness Book for separating the stamps. And if you want to try, I brought some. You can test and see if my numbers were good at that time. And in those years, I was leading the youth philately in our hometown. And in the year 1984, I founded the company, and the first price list was 1 page. But like everything else, was growing very quickly. And I had stationery and stamp booklets as a start. You see some price lists from the early years. And the first show we did was 1986, the national show in Villingen-Schwenningen, Najubia, and same year Sindelfingen. And since that time, 3 years in a row in Sindelfingen. But Germany was not enough. We tried to go worldwide. And our first stop in Europe was Philex, France, 89. And at that time, we went with an old bus. We took the stamps, postal history, to our booth in Paris. And you will see a lot of things changed since '89. When I started the company, I went 1988 to Ludwigsburg. That was my first office outside the place where I'm living. And at that time, everything was growing very quickly. One office, next street, over the street, another office. Everything was crowded very quickly. So the idea was born to build a philatelic center for all the activities. So I bought grounds near the place I was born in Bietigheim. You see some pictures from the grounds. And 2004 we started. 2005 the buildings, 2,800 square meters, were already finished. And still it's the headquarters of the companies in Bietigheim. CG travels the world. From the hometown, we are traveling all over the world. For the stamps, for you to meet people, to get consignments, to have good talks. I'd like to take you to a journey all over the world, and I'd like to start in Australia. Why in Australia? Australia, '84 was the last time I exhibited as an exhibitor. My postal stationery, German Empire. See some pages from that exhibit. And since that time, I'm trying to help a lot of exhibitors in the different classes to improve, to have talks with me. That's one of the things I like most, speak with exhibitors, how things can be improved. See, award at that time, 84 Aussipex. And 29 years later, I was the sponsor of the Court of Honor. Same place, same hall. We were able to finance that the Royal Collection brought some exciting material, Commonwealth, especially Australia, to Australia. Here are some impressions. Sure, we had a booth. Nearly every world exhibition for the last 3 decades, we had a booth, mostly a big one. Heading from Australia to Asia. Asia, I think it's the most important continent for the development of our company, for our team, for our family. Some examples. We went to the FIP World Exhibitions in Bandung, Jakarta, Singapore, Bangkok, Macau, Taipei, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Yokohama, Seoul, Luolang, New Delhi, Dubai, Jerusalem. Let's see some pictures. Let's start Southern Asia, Indonesia. 2019, I was one of the sponsors for that exhibition. Nice place to be. Same country, some years ago, Jakarta. Bangkok, a place I was many times. First time with a booth, 1993, incredible number of people there, 250,000, I was told. I think it's okay because we needed only 20 minutes to get a water, entering the booth to get something to drink. 2003, 2007, 2018, last December, I was exhibiting literature. So heading from Bangkok, Thailand, to Japan, first time, 1991, Tokyo. We took a lot of material, 30 steel boxes. At that time, thematic, stationery, postal history. But we went back, 2001, Tokyo, 2011, Yokohama. We have a lot of friends in Japan. Some other examples. Taipei, several times, 2008, very long booth, a lot of material we took there. Seoul, first time, 1994, but also 14. Booming market, China. China, very important. 10, 15 years ago, they collected mainly China, but now nearly everything. Started with topics, growing, 130 exhibitors, I think, now, but they collect nearly every country now. See some pictures from Luolang, 2009. Nearly 1 million people came to that show. Incredible organization. We had 12 helpers. We had booth number 1, 2, 3, and 4 at that show. Amazing what was possible at that time. Heading to India, incredible India. We had 2 booths in 2009. We printed 1,000 catalogs in India. After that, the people told, Christoph, now you're the most famous in India as a foreign dealer and auctioneer. A lot of school classes went there, but before the show opens, a challenge. We brought the 2 inverted hats to exhibit as a court of honor. But in the night, the supplies not arrived. So we went to the airport after midnight, went to the FedEx, looked for the boxes, we found it. Not easy with the communication. We took it to the show, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, booth was finished. Right in time, we have a person who remembers, Sandeep. That was the time. But we were ready in time for the opening with the 2 inverteds. Dubai, some people know, that's the country I'm traveling 3-4 times a year, the area, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Dubai. Some impression of the show 2006 over there. And always you see kids. I always like to talk with kids at every exhibition, try to answer the questions. Doing international business, you have to travel, sometimes on a short notice. Only one example. One of the trips, 55,000 kilometers in 15 days, starting Singapore, Australia, and then we got a big lead there, so there was a plan coming back, but first we had to head to the international show Bangkok, going back. So, a challenge, but it's possible. 55,000 kilometers, 15 days, a lot of business, 20 consignments, packing a lot of boxes. Heading back to Europe, sure. Near the home, many exhibitions. only give you some examples: Tampere, Helsinki, Stockholm, Copenhagen, Den Haag, Amsterdam, Antwerp, Brussels, many times London, Prague, Vienna, Basel, Monaco, Rome, Lisbon, Valencia, Malaga, only to mention some of it. One I would like to mention, especially Prague. Last year, we were the main sponsor. We also had a rarity auction there. I hope the support helped. Monaco, every 2 years, family meeting, most prestigious philatelist meeting. Since some years, we also do our presentation of the CG Award over there. I'm sure I see a lot of you end of the year in Monaco, and hopefully some participants in the award for philatelic periodica. See some pictures. The gentleman on the right side, Prince Albert, I think you know, stopped at the booth last time. Heading from Europe to America, North America. Many, many times, every year, at least 3, 4, 5 times, we travel to America. First time I went with Iceland Air to Chicago, 1986, Ameripex. That's a show I never forget. Incredible. 97, San Francisco, another highlight in the FIP history. We had big booths there. 2006, super booth in Washington. Had a lot of good people there. In America, 2016, New York, not so long ago. That was for our company a milestone. We had a big booth, but not only a booth, we had been selected to be official auctioneer at the World Exhibition in New York. Some pictures of that auction was really good. We hammered for over 5 million euros in one day. Heading from the north of America to the south, another continent with a lot of possibilities in the future. I went several times to Brazil, 2013, 17 in Brasilia. We were one of the sponsors. Now coming back to the home country, Germany. Many places, sure, we had exhibitions there. Berlin, Hanover, Dortmund, Essen, Gotha, Frankfurt, Heidelberg, Nuremberg, 99, the last FIP in Germany, Stuttgart, Sindelfingen, Munich, only to mention a few. See a picture of Hanover, the friend Anatoly Karpov on the left. And in Hanover, we also made a book for the club. We donated the club, and the proceeds went to the club. On the right side, see a picture of a coin show. Since some years, we are also going in coins and banknotes. So every big exhibition worldwide, you can meet us, also for coins and banknotes. Sindelfingen, sure, near my home. Since 33 years, every year in a row, we have a big booth. And since some years, the CG Award will be presented in Sindelfingen. Monaco, Sindelfingen, every time, every year. Hope you will be once also participating, meet friends in the philatelic periodica at the CG Award. Coming back to our home, headquarters in Bietigheim. That's a house for auctions, for the mail order house, but not only for that. In the opening, nobody thought what development will be in those years after 2005. Here you see some impressions from the opening, May 2005. And I always had a great team supporting all the crazy ideas I have. In our headquarters, when the auctions take place, at the top is the auction hall. That makes it very easy. Viewing in 7 rooms in the house, you go to the auction hall, you have everything under one roof. To the Jubilee 25th auction, we organized a golf tournament, a sports challenge, because I went back and forth, golf course to the auction, auctioning stamps, going back to see that everything, that the golf balls are rolling. We also had an exhibition, the biggest for golf philately ever, I think, 3,000 pages. We had it in our premises, but also at the golf course nearby, in the golf hotel, to get other people interested in philately from other hobbies. We are doing auctions, sure, mainly under our roof, but also we go outside. Last year, several times for the auction series of this Cons auction, special auctions of rarities, German, we go to the Schloss Hotel nearby. But also, if you have a special auction, like last year, Vienna, December, we had a specialized auction. We went there with the team. Sure, always a challenge, do the auction, not at the home, but it worked very well. So, the events at CG Collectors World. Many events took place in the last 14 years. We had a lot of meetings of societies. Our house is open. If you want to have a meeting, let me know. We had the Thai Association, US, China, a lot of seminars for jurors. But not only philately. We had meetings like the Economic Council had a day, nice meetings. Another one was the Lions Club. So we try also to network with other fields in the social. Exhibitions, sure, I like exhibitions. And when we have something special, we will do an exhibition in our premises. Like Holwein, we had the challenge to auction one collection, and we did a nice exhibition that maybe helped to sell it. Very successful. See some pictures there. Another one, ballooning. We had one of the most important collections of ballooning. We made an exhibition in our premises. We sold it, the whole collection, in one go. We had a challenge to sell one time everything from one collector. He had stamps, very nice, but also stock shares, and also a whiskey collection. And we were the only company ready to auction all, so the whiskey collection we sold for a very nice price. Immediately after that, whiskey tasting in the auction. In our premises, when there is something going on, we try to make an exhibition. You see pictures, football, 2006, World Championship. We made an exhibition also 2011. We had football stars there. We had memorabilia, and everybody who came, especially the kids, they got stamps with football, covers, an album, to get started with stamps. Everybody knows the Blue Mauritius. The German Federation wanted to have it for Gotha, the Philately Day, but they needed somebody to finance it. I was there. I financed everything, transport, insurance, and on the way to Gotha, Michael Safi stopped at my place. We had an exhibition there, and he had a chance to sign the Golden Book in Bietigheim, and the mayor invited us for a nice lunch. We were sitting there, and next table, there was Martin Dürstein. He's the CEO of Dürr, a very big company, and the mayor asked, "Oh, you know each other?" "Oh, only from the newspaper." I asked Mr. Dürstein, "You collecting stamps?" "Oh, I did in my childhood." I asked him, "What stamp you know?" "Oh, the Blue Mauritius." Michael Safi had a nice sweeping dish at that minute. I told, "Michael, please open your bag." He opened, took the sheet out, gave it to Mr. Dürstein. You cannot believe his face. He had the Blue Mauritius in his hands. Unforgettable moment for him. The place I was born, Bietigheim, I also had a collection from the hometown and the area. When I became 50, I thought, normally you get a present, but I thought other way around. I take the opportunity to donate my hometown collection to the museum in Bietigheim, so that it has a good home forever. See some pictures from that event with my parents and the mayor. CG and the family. We have a big love for literature. Not only that we support it, give you some example. We had the Book of Hanover. We are doing books in a different way. We don't sell it, we give it for free, and if somebody likes it, I like that they make a donation to the German youth, and we did several ones. 75 years DRSV. We did Turn and Taxis, Roots and Weights, Napoleon, Diderich. Anybody interested? Still books available, and hopefully you make a donation to the youth. On the left side, many know Wolfgang Jakubek. I was able to obtain his whole archive, reference all the photos from the advertising since 1972, all his library, now at our place. That was strengthened what we had already. We have the Holcomb library, the Holcomb certificate material, but also the Harmos archive from 1918, all the cutouts from the plates, great reference, but all the literature. We are open if somebody makes some research, you need help, ask me, maybe I can help. 7 rooms now with literature and other things. CG, one of my most important things, youth. I was really loved in my youth systems, and I cannot see all the kids, all the young iPhone, cell phone, only looking at it. And stamps, very little. So my program since 5 years, we make boxes. In every box, we bought some here, 8 to 10 albums, 8 to 10,000 stamps, a catalog, equipment. And the pattern of that program is Anatoly Karpov. I thought maybe if they hear that somebody who had a success not in stamps is a great collector and enjoys it, maybe it helps, and sometimes it helps. So if you like to take a box later on, here are the boxes free to take, but it's for the youth, to get young, started, interested. We gave it to the kindergartens, to schools, to youth activities, philately youth, a lot of opportunities. Now we have 4,000 boxes already given, and the program will go on. Becoming CG Collector's World. The family was growing, like many know. Some years ago, I took over Pumpenmeyer. That was a specialized auction for thematics, postal history, especially flights. He's now part of it. Short time later, 2015, we obtained Edgar Moorman. We acquired that famous company. In the 50s and 60s, the world's most successful auction company, Edgar Moorman, first man flying in the jumbo to America for stamps. Now, 90th anniversary auction coming up 13th of August. Consignment still possible. And Moorman, the company, 100 years old. Now, this summer. And so I forgot to mention, going back, it's the photo on the bottom. You see the Red Mauritius. It was exhibited at the opening. Who was there was very surprised. I was very lucky. And you see Hans-Peter Bahr, he's there for you. If you want to know something about Moorman, call the number, they will help you. They are there for you. Heading back south, Stuttgart, the oldest company we acquired, Rouse & Fuchs. Now you see some pictures from the opening, and I'm very proud to welcome Mr. Fuchs today. Say hello to him. He's here also at the booth. Any questions, he's happy to answer. Now, online auctions in Stuttgart, Rouse & Fuchs, in the center, near the König Street, a place over there to meet. Heading north again, we were able to acquire the famous Schwanke company to be part of the philatelic family, now called Auction Galleries Hamburg, former Schwanke. And it's a very nice moment I have. Mr. Schwanke and his wife are here. Please say hello to Hayo. He's the senior philatelist. Stand up. You are here. So. Look, we had a lot of requests also from the Netherlands, Belgium, the Benelux. And we had always a long way going there. So Last year we had a chance to get a new place in the West, the Competence Center West, and I'm very happy to introduce you to Axel Dernbach. He will say some words now, what means Competence Center West.
Thank you, Christoph. Thank you also for the opportunity to talk to the audience. I'm very happy to be here. And well, what I would like to emphasize is that expertise is our profession. We are experts in philately, also in numismatics and banknotes, and we have a team of well-trained, well-experienced experts in various fields and also able to talk in various languages. We have, I think, about 12, 15 foreign language native speakers, among those Chinese, Turkish, and for instance, myself, I speak Japanese. I grew up in Japan. And this gives a good opportunity to study all the material which is accepted for consignment and to find the real gems in the material, in the consignments. And that's the reason why we named the office in Düsseldorf, the Competence Center, and it is located in Düsseldorf, aiming to the Netherlands, to Belgium, to France, and give all the collectors over there a good opportunity to come to Düsseldorf and to consign to the company. That's it.
Yes, thanks a lot. And I think that's a good moment. We are in a team with 10 specialists, and I'm very proud that the head of philately, Dr. Schilling, is here. And he is a specialist for India, but he will tell some other things as well. Please.
Not so much other things. Thank you, Christoph.
Oh, a lot of things.
And nothing totally different. We are not Monty Python. So I only want to tell you something about our specialists. And it's growing up during the last months and years. And we got some new colleagues. So we are representing almost the most important parts of the philately, not only stamps, but also postal history, with colleagues specialized in India. I forgot the name, but anyway, specialists in China, specialists in what you can imagine, Mongolia, in Tibet, in Jammu and Kashmir, North Korea, what you can imagine. And we have some colleagues, they can cover everything, and you can ask them, and it's a pleasure now to work on consignments from all over the world, because it's nice to have colleagues. You can ask them for something special. You never saw this cancellation. Is this something special or not? And it's quite lovely. And we have some colleagues and friends in all over the world. I can send an email to Sweden or wherever to ask for something special. A man living in South America, I sent him emails for issues from Hedges and Natch, which is quite difficult with the overprint, and all these kind of material. And to have some colleagues all over the world, they can help you, and you can not imagine how many things we find to every auction. New discoveries, never heard again or before. From the German Reich, we discovered an imperfect stamp. Nobody knows for 140 years that there's an imperfect stamp of this issue. And something like that every time, and this makes it the, I don't know how to say, the most passion of our philatelic work, and this is why we love it. Thank you.
That's a good word. So we really love it, and in our team we are all collectors, and this is why we understand the other side. And sometimes I even have the situation, I say, look, you're really ready to sell. And sometimes I hear, yes, Christoph, I think you feel it. I say, look, son, let's wait another year or so. And another point is, we are 10 specialists, and sometimes it can happen that one consignment, 8 different specialists working on the same consignment. We have a specialist for Australia, Australian stamp. We have Wengi Zhang, now a native, not only for speaking the language, also knowing, but on that field we have two, because the official expert, Florian Eichhorn, not only speaking Japanese, he's a very good specialist for all the countries around, official expert, Japan, Korea, they're specialists for Turkey and the area, for a lot of European areas, but also for America. So that gives us the opportunity sometimes to find things in a short way. We can check in our library to get some pedigrees. Also, we found things, the consignors were very happy. Like we found a cancellation Thailand in a box. We sold it for over 20,000 euros. The consignor never thought that we will find something like that, but that's only one example. And so we really like to look carefully through it. And we have a really good team all over the world. And we cannot do traveling immediately in every second, but maybe in one day. Because sometimes you get a notice, like I got a notice a while ago, it was Friday evening, and I was told, Christoph, where are you at Monday? I thought, look, I have a meeting, I will be in Europe. Oh, by the way, can you be in Texas? Oops. Makes a long story short. Next day, book a flight, Sunday I arrived. Even a short notice is possible for me, but I have a good team who covers several sections, several countries all over the world. We have for the East Europe, Chris Squara in Poland. In America, we have Ariel Quatsch. He's an Bolivia-born specialist, published books, an exhibitor. He covers the traveling to South America, do the shows over there. We have Andy Cooper-Smith at the East Coast, but very quickly he will be also at the West Coast. And I'm very proud to announce Anthony Bart in GB, good for the 105th anniversary, and he is here today. Please, Anthony, come introduce yourself, because I think a lot of people know you as a collector, but not as a member of the GG team.
Thank you very much, Christoph. Hi, good afternoon. So in my almost 60 years of collecting, my journey has been circuitous, from the Channel Islands, through Kashmir, through a little bit of Tibet, through Tonga self-adhesives and Swiss cantonals, and more recently, the depth of the Korean War and all the surrounding countries. I've been an international exhibitor since the 70s, and I've been, possibly more importantly and more relevantly, I've been a client of Gärtner since auction 3,
Yes.
And where are we now, 41?
43.
43, so that's another anniversary. And to be honest, it is every collector's dream, I believe, to somehow look at things from the other side, to be there to possibly find something amazing and wonderful, and more importantly, to meet other collectors. And since joining the family, which is very recently, I think that I made one mistake when I said I'd be glad to join, to say that I was going on a short holiday because they found somewhere for me to go and see a client, but that's fine, I'm happy to do it. And since the start of this wonderful exhibition, I've become a little bit more knowledgeable about Finnish postal stationery. Today I learnt about Allenstein, and I have even had a little bit of exposure to German philately, which I cannot claim any knowledge of. And after 60 years of collecting, I think I finally come home. And I'm happy to welcome customers new and old in the UK. As Christoph was saying, we have a 150th anniversary of the Royal, which I've been a member of for 42 years, and a fellow, a Tapling Medal Award winner, but more importantly, part of that family. And next year, of course, 2020 in London is a great opportunity, Stampex later this year, so I look forward to meeting clients new and old, and please surprise me. Thanks a lot.
Welcome, so
Okay,
I'm really
thank you.
happy. And sure, I'm happy that I get a lot of support all over the world. And very happy today is that Dominic Lim from Malaysia, who helped me there to get my feet in. Dominic, say hello here, so that the people can see you. And we have a very good friend who's helping me in Portugal and on a quick trip often to Brazil. Dr. Antonio Pereira, Antonio, please stand up. People can see that you're really here and that you are on the service. So, and sure, we can travel in a short notice. We are living in a world with facts and figures, and CG auction, if you hear the number 43, it doesn't sound really a lot, but you must know one auction series is now in average 14 catalog. We have catalogs for single lots overseas, Asia, hopefully more specialized China, what we have now in the last one, Europe, single lots Germany, collections overseas, collections Europe, collections Germany, but also picture postcard, special catalog for coins, special catalog for banknotes, rarity catalog, and specialized sales. Always we have, this time we have East Africa special catalog. So we had a lot of sales in the last 5 to 6 years, and because many people are interested in number, I'd like to mention some. So we had sales of over 169 million in that period of time, over 80 million for overseas clients. Numbers of bidders, we have to really take care of a lot of administration. One auction means about 4,000 bidders every auction. We have now 75,000 bidders for the auction 25 to 43. Over 39,000 came abroad. Number of lots, 306,000 single lots. It was 208,000 overseas and Europe, non-German. And we scanned everything in, front and back. And I hear a lot of compliments that, especially for the transit marks, that's one point. Another point is we have an archive. Since the first auction, every picture you can search in the archive. Now we have millions of pictures, and be happy to find out what we have in the archive. Collections. I think we have the most of collections worldwide. 172,000 collections in that period of time, 137,000 Europe and overseas. And I like to mention a philosophy. My philatelist describes the collections that you can bid even without coming to Bietigheim. We provide a free scan service, but we also have a lot of scans every auction. 180,000 scans the last time only for collections, and we try to continue that service. Catalog dispatch. I know we are living in a digital world, but also like myself, I still like the printed catalog, have in hands, and we send it for free. We don't ask for shipping, no fees. 472,000 copies we sent in that period of time, less than 6 years. And 222 copies went abroad. And you can imagine, it's a 6-figure only shipping cost every auction. But I think it's important. Next, facts and figures. With all your help, the help from all our 179,000 customers, collectors, investors we have in our database, that made us possible for a really good move in the last 10 years. So you see, 2008, turnover, and that's only the auction in Bietigheim, 9 million. Over 14 million in 2009, 21, 2010, over 24 million, 2015. Last year, 29 million. I'm very proud that all the team helps to continue, and you see the picture of marketing, head of graphics, Tina Glück, a very strong team. That you know, we are doing one catalog in the graphics in about 2 days, from starting the photo plates till putting it in the printery. A lot of sports in our company. 1 year, that means 3 auctions in Bietigheim, 4 auctions, auction galleries in Hamburg, 1 Edgar Moorman, several auctions, Rosenfuchs, online. Where we get the consignments, we travel quite a lot to many shows. Give you an insight from now, Verona, week ago, Stockholm, very proud to be here. China, in 10 days, have 2 big booths. ThinkPacks, I'm always happy to go to Singapore, a lot of friends there. Buenos Aires, Ariel Quatsch will be there with a booth. London, you will see Anthony and the team. Then in Germany, Philately Day, paper money fairs, always with us now. Numismata, several times every year with CG. Sindelfingen, since 33 years, also this year. Chicago PAX. The American friends like to see us. We are happy to go. We will be there. Monaco Phil, sure, a must, but a pleasure as well. Take sometimes a lot of friends there. Ready for you, anytime, anywhere. That's the team in Bietigheim. They are doing an incredible job. They go the speed. Maybe the sports career, what was finished, I took in the stamps, sometimes accuse me for running so quick. Running quick means I always have something in mind. You know, I started 35 years ago with a mail order house. It's a headquarter. Now, the mail order house and the auction is under one roof, but totally crowded. So, end of March, I looked at a building nearby, good size, over 5,000 square meters. To make the long story short, I made arrangement for that building for the next 10 years, and opening very soon, 22nd of June. I'd like to invite you all. It will be a really nice day for philately, and we name it Chess Between Space and Time. Why chess between space and time? Our friend Anatoly Karpov is coming the whole day. You can win a chess game. We will have exhibitions for space. We will have a lot of good covers flown to the moon. We have the experts there. But we have not only the philately side, we have astronauts, real astronauts there. We have a lot of activities for the kids, for the specialized. We have seminars. We have, for exhibitor seminars, we have special seminars for postal history. A lot of experts will be there, coming from Spain, Italy, a lot of other places. They will judge your stamp for free. We have free catalogs and a lot of surprises. We will have over 1 million covers, cards, each 35 cents. Why? 35 years, CG, special moment at that day, 22nd of June. That was a short journey, CG, all around the world. Sure, we could have told many, many more stories, but I don't want to bore you. Now it's time for questions, and I'm sure there will be not only one question. Feel free, if the question is workable, don't be shy. Otherwise, we have a booth here, 46. Meet us at the booth. We will be all there to answer also the sensible question, delicate question, personal questions. And we try to answer, at least to give an answer. If it's always the answer you like to hear, but at least we try to answer. So, anybody here with some questions now? The first one here.
How many hours a week do you sleep?
Difficult to count. But I can tell you it is definitely more than 30. But not in the last days, I know. But I'm sure we get some other questions. Please.
You must have a very good insight for the supply and demand.
Yes.
In philately. And I wonder over the last 20 years or so, what do you see as being less popular today than it was a number of years ago? And what areas of philately do you see becoming more popular and increasingly so for the future?
I would say it's more the question where the collector is. Because sure, in the Western world, we all have the challenge. The number of collectors going less and less, decreasing in every Western country. We need to fill this hole in Asia. I'm traveling since 1990. And the average of the collector, I think, between 35 and 40. I don't want to mention the average in the Western world. So, the stamps, what we sold 30 years in Europe, we are selling now in China, in India, in Russia, in different parts of the world. So it's more the question, how we can get the people in different countries starting to collect something they don't understand, what they cannot read the language. So that's one of my challenges, that I try this. And like China, incredible market, we send tons, really tons, every auction to China with stamps. So there must be collectors who like those stamps and collect those. So every time you have countries that's more popular, but that's different reason. When the country comes more strength in the economy, we saw this in India 10, 15 years ago. The middle class has more money. They came back and said, look, that's a culture. Let's collect stamps. They had money for it. So there is some parallel. When a country develops economics, the collectible develop as well. So we see good develops not only in Asia, we see it also in South America and in other parts of the world. A question?
Shall we select someone?
I know there's a lot of questions, but maybe you're too shy. Please.
Say as an ongoing consignor,
Yes.
year from year from year, can you have one person in your organization you deal with primarily?
Yes, sure. We have the head of that department is Sabine Klotz. She's very long in the stamp world. She was before at another auction house, and she's there, and she's the main person for communication. So if you mark down Sabine Klotz, she's for the communication, and if you want to have one person for the emails with the consigning things, that's Mrs. Hengel. She's head of that department. So we try that you have one person there you can contact, and the emails. And always we have the name of the person beginning from the email, and then at auction is the last everybody else. And we try the continuity, and we have now consigners who consign now 35 times, 40 times. And I see it often like the customers. When they find first the way to our home, to our house, most of them come back regularly and mark it in the calendar when the next CG auction is. So Sabine Klotz is the person to mark down for that department.
One more question then.
Done some more.
When you get so much material,
Yes.
everything cleaned out and done for your sale until you start the next sale.
Yes. So we get in average 1,400 consignments. That means it's a certain challenge in logistics. When it comes in first, we make a special consignor number, we make a working sheet, we make photocopies, we make certain scans. Every auction we have one wall with paper. The archive, every consignor gets a file, and we try, because if you are calling me, oh, where is the lot number 37 on my list 2? I don't find it in my consignment. We need to be able to answer you, hopefully immediately, but not less than 10 minutes we try to answer the question. So that's a challenge, to really have all the information for one consignor at one place that's organized. And we are a German organization, so we are controlling a lot. When a specialist gets the consignment, he has to fill out. We mark down the day when he got the consignment. When the sheets come back, we put it in when it came back. And we make a lot of information in the computer, because I need to control, sure, a lot of things. And so we do, I think, a lot of administration work. When you consign, first, you get a confirmation when the material arrived. Second, when we made the description, you get a manuscript, either by email or post, but most get it 2 times, email and post. If you have changes, let us know. Then, next time, you get a letter with your lot numbers, because average now it's 30,000 to 40,000 lots. You need to know where to find it. So you get a letter with all your numbers that you find your lots in catalog 7 or 9, wherever. After the auction, you get a printout, what your lots realized. And then we have 6 weeks after sale. We try the unsolds to sell in the period of 6 weeks after the auction, and give some information. Every auction, in average, we sell over 1 million in the after sales. That's really important also for us. And after that, you get the final accounting, and we can transfer to any account in the world in any currency, and we are flexible in many ways. Any special questions you can ask? Yes?
So I've received your catalogs for several years, and in the collection lots, I notice obviously full exhibits that people can sign their whole exhibit.
Yes.
Can you give some comments on how well received, say, the exhibit itself, all still on its exhibit pages, being sold as a single lot versus an album of a particular area? Are there trends, preferences that you're noticing, or just thoughts in general?
Yes, look, that's a very important point. That's often my responsibility because I decide who works on which consignment. And we are evaluating when a collection comes in, what we think first for insurance, second, also we don't want to sell it for the consignor under value. And we discuss and say, look, adding up the single lots, it's the amount X. The wish comes, but I want to sell everything. And I have on the other side requests, especially from customers in Asia, look, I want to start at the top. For me, easier, I buy one collection where I can build up, gold medal, whatever. So what we do, we value, we discuss what is the price for the whole collection. Then we scan in the whole collection. We have a special website, www.stamps-auction.de, and on this special website we have all the complete collections where you can see all the pages. So you can look like you're sitting at home going through the collection, and that is also one of my challenges, sometimes to find a new home for the whole collection. That's a lifetime work, can be continued with another collector. So it depends on the consignor. A lot of things are possible, and sometimes we offer first as a complete collection for the right price, and if we don't find the person who continues, we break it up in the auction after that. So that's one of the possibilities. Please.
Just want to say Bietigheim-Bissingen has some nice restaurants and good hotels.
Thanks for all the support, and we share the bonus. It's the same love. Some know I'm collecting postal stationery since 40 years. I was an exhibitor for postal stationery, and we share the same passion. And thanks, Dr. Barmer, to coming to my place several times. And sure, you are all invited. And also, there's no need to buy something. Also, coming only chatting, seeing maybe the archives, seeing the library, looking for whatever you maybe want to see. So we have an open house for meetings with friends, and it doesn't mean that it needs to be that you want to consign or want to sell. I'm also happy to see you for chatting, discussing for future of philately, because I think there will be a big future in philately. But we have to really move on, and we have to do something also for the youth. If we do nothing, nothing will happen, and that's the reason why I brought as examples the boxes, that we can get young people interested, because we need the young generation to continue. That's one of the challenges we have. And maybe as the last verse, stamps is the best hobby in the world. It's healthy. It's educational. I learned more with the stamps than in school. And most important, I found a lot of friends all over the world. And some of the friends were here today, and I want to say personally thank you coming here, supporting the family, and my special thanks to all the philatelic family. Say supporting, I think, a lot of things, all the dreams I have to come true. Thanks a lot.